In today's lesson, we will be learning about and practicing with increasing and decreasing products, meeting requirements for TEKS 63B and 63E. Whenever I multiply any quantity, a whole number, a fraction, a decimal, whenever I multiply these by a fraction, maybe my fraction is 1/3, maybe it's 3/4, maybe it's 6/5. Whenever I multiply a quantity by a fraction, one of three things is going to happen. My original value will either increase, decrease, or stay the same. Whenever I multiply any quantity, whole number, mixed number, fraction, decimal, whenever I multiply any quantity times a fraction, one of these three things is going to happen. My original quantity will either increase, decrease, or stay the same. In my first example of 2 times 1/3, you may remember from when we spoke about multiplying fractions that if I have a whole number, the first thing I need to do is make it a fraction by putting it over 1. And then once I've done that, I simply multiply across the numerator. 2 times 1 makes 2. And then multiply across the denominators, and 1 times 3 makes 3. My product is 2/3. 2/3. My original quantity was 2. 2 whole things, which I could model like this. My product is 2/3, which I could model like this. Did my quantity go up, down, or stay the same? Well, if I started at 2 and now I have 2/3, clearly my quantity went down. I have less now than what I started with. And here's why. I multiplied by a fraction that has a value less than 1. 1/3 is less than 1 whole. If I multiply by a fraction that's less than 1 whole, my quantity, my original quantity, will go down. Let's take a look at my second example. I had 1/4 times 3/4. Now, I'm multiplying my original quantity of 1/4 by a fraction 3/4. 3/4 is less than 1 whole. 4/4 would make 1 whole. So if 3/4 is less than 1 whole, we should be expecting my original quantity to decrease. So let's see what happens. We multiply across the numerators and then across the denominators. We get a product of 3/16. So let's go back to my original quantity of 1/4. 1/4. This is what I started with. I now have 3/16. So if I take that same circle, cut it into 4, and now 6, and now 8, and now 10, and 12, and 14, and 16, and I shade in these 3, do I have a piece that is the same size smaller or larger? And it appears to me that 3/16 is smaller than 1/4. Our value or quantity has decreased or gone down. And that's exactly what we expected because we multiplied by a fraction that has a value of less than 1. So what about our third example? 0.5 times 6/5. Now, before we do anything else, let's take a look at that fraction we're multiplying by. Would you agree that this fraction has a value greater than 1/2? Wouldn't 5/5 make 1/2? So 6/5 is more than 1. And when we're multiplying by a fraction that has a value greater than 1, we're expecting our product to increase. We're expecting our original quantity to get larger. So let's see how it works. All right, in order to multiply here, the smartest thing to do is probably to change this decimal, 0.5, into a fraction. So the way I make a decimal into a fraction is I say the name of the decimal out loud, 5/10, and I write it as a fraction, 5/10, multiplied by 6/5. Straight across the numerator, I get 30. Straight across the denominator, I get 50. I can simplify the numerator and denominator by a common factor of 10, which leaves me a reduced or simplified fraction of 3/5. So the question is 3/5 the same, less than, or greater than 0.5? All right, so 0.5 or 5/10 could be simplified to 1/2. So I started with 1/2. I now have 3/5. So if I cut my pi into fifths, 2, 3, 4, 5, if I shade 3 of these, 1, 2, 3, would you agree that I now have a larger piece of the pie than I started with? 1/2 became larger because I multiplied by a fraction that has a value greater than 1. So we've learned that if I multiply any quantity by a fraction that is less than 1, then my original quantity will become smaller. If we multiply by a fraction that has a value greater than 1, say an improper fraction, which is greater than 1, then I expect my original quantity to get larger, to increase. The one example we haven't talked about yet, but I think we already know, is when I multiply a quantity by 1, if I multiply a quantity by a fraction that is equal to 1/2, then my quantity, my original quantity, stays the same. It's equal. My original quantity doesn't change if I multiply it by 1. My original quantity does not change if I multiply it by a fraction equal to 1/2. Let's go ahead and wrap up this lesson. My original quantity, whatever it might be, a whole number, could be an integer, could be a rational number. So that means it could be a number like 3. It could be a decimal like 0.2. It could be a fraction, say 1/3. When my original quantity is multiplied by a fraction, right? Got to be by a fraction. When that fraction is less than 1, my original quantity goes down. When that fraction is greater than 1 whole, my original quantity goes up. It increases, it gets larger. And when that fraction is equal to 1, then my original quantity stays the same. It remains equal to itself. When I multiply a quantity times a fraction less than 1, my product is a quantity less than my original quantity. When I multiply it by a fraction greater than 1, my product is a quantity greater than my original quantity. When I multiply it by a fraction equal to 1, my product is equal to my original quantity.